Hey, hey, it is much later, but so there's another verse that God gave me for this the Exodus word that I was talking about, the bread and the unleavened bread, and I didn't fully understand it, so I had to go back and read it and research it a little bit, and yeah, so now I have more clarity on it, so I'm going to speak on it. So the Lord led me to Daniel chapter 11, starting at verse 20, the prophecy of the 17 weeks. So I'm going to read it to you and then explain. So, let me see. While I was speaking, praying, confessing my sin and that of my people Israel, and presenting my petition before the Lord my God concerning his holy mountain, while I was still praying, Gabriel, the man I had seen in the earlier vision, came to me in swift flight about the time of the evening sacrifice. He instructed me and spoke with me, saying, "O Daniel, I have come now to give you insight and understanding." At the beginning of your petitions, an answer went out, and I have come to tell you, for you are highly precious. So consider the message and understand the vision. 70 weeks are decreed for your people in your holy city, and your holy city, to stop their transgression, to put an end to sin, to make atonement for iniquity, to bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy place. Know and understand this. From the issuance of the decree to restore and rebuild Jerusalem until the Messiah, the Prince, there will be 7 weeks and 72 weeks. It will be rebuilt with streets and a trench, but in times of distress. After 62 weeks, a consecrated man will be eliminated without any fault found in him. Then the people of the prince who is to come will destroy the city and the sanctuary. There will come a people whose prince will destroy the city and the temple. Everything will be flooded, and there will be wars and disasters until the end. For a week, he will consolidate his alliance, his covenant to many. During half the week, he will interrupt the sacrifice and the offering. Next to the temple, he will erect the abomination of devastation until the appointed time for the ruin of the devastator. And I looked up the time so currently we're in that week where he will consolidate. What is the word that was used here? I looked up the word consolidate, and it says to make something physically stronger or more solid. Example, the first phase of the project is to consolidate the outside walls. To reinforce or strengthen one's position or power. Example, the company consolidated its position in the international market. Also, it means combine, parentheses, a number of things into a single, more efficient or coherent whole. Another definition is combine, parentheses, a number of financial accounts or funds into a single overall account or set of accounts. So we are in that week where He will consolidate his covenant with many, and during half of the week he will interrupt the sacrifice and the offering. And I looked up, we're at week 70 right now, and I looked up 69 weeks ago, and it is right before Passover. So I don't think that that's a coincidence. And before that, on verse 25, it says, 70 weeks are decreed for your people in your holy city to stop their transgression, to put an end to sin. In my Bible it says, it has been given the order to reconstruct Jerusalem until a consecrated prince, and that's 7 weeks. Then 72 weeks will pass to reconstruct plazas and walls. So that is where we have been. The 70 weeks started. Sorry, I keep saying 72. I meant 62. But the 70 weeks started right before Passover, and that is where our exodus began, right around that time. Or maybe it was exactly on that date for you, on April 1st if you're watching this on July 28th of this year, April 1st of this year. And after the Exodus, we have been undergoing reconstruction. So God has been, taking away what shouldn't be here, and ridding us of sin, and rebuilding, maybe healing our hearts or other things. I don't know exactly what for between you and him, but that's what he's been doing, reconstructing plazas and walls, right? And after that time, after those weeks have passed, Jesus is going to die, and there will be no fault found in him. And this is Passover, right? But obviously it's not exactly at the same time as Passover, but that is what is signifying, and that's what we are approaching. And that's the last week that we are in, the one where we need to be free from sin, so that the covenant can be, what was the word I used? Consolidated. Hey, so it's the next day, and I didn't want to say this because of how it sounds, part of the prophecy, but God told me that I have to release it. So here it is. There is a war coming to the United States, and it's gonna happen at the end of the year. So God gave me this word a couple months ago, and I hadn't told anyone, but I guess now is the time to release the word. And that's why God has been preparing us and telling us that we're gonna move out of the country. This is the ending of the prophecy of 70 years. And I'm re-recording this because my hair looked crazy. So if the delivery is a little bit straightforward and to the point, that's why. There will be a people whose leader will destroy the city and the temple. It will all be submerged, and there will be wars and disasters until the end. Now, this is not to freak you out or scare you. If you are part of this ministry, then God has been preparing you and telling you what to do. And so just continue preparing. the way God told you to, and God knows the timeline of things, and He told you to start at a certain time because of that. So just make sure you're keeping up with it, and you know, whatever He told you to do to prepare, do that, and you will know if this is for you. If you are part of this ministry and this is resonating with you, you will know what God has told you to prepare in what ways. And yeah, it'll happen at the end of the year, but God is gonna deliver us before that. So no need to worry. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep preparing. And again, this is not to scare you, but as my favorite meteorologist says, be prepared, not scared. So God bless you. Bye.